What up, fam? It's your boy, Boy 2024, streaming to you live. I'm coming at with you with another book review. The last one I did was the Pumpkin Night manga. This is this is a very different change of pace here. I just wanted kind of an excuse to talk about Dav Pilkey and his book series, the various children's books that he has done over the years. I've been getting messages and requests from Susan. You know, she's asking me to do kind of some more kid-friendly books some more kid-friendly videos as well that she can show her, her kids back at the orphanage. So yeah, and author Dav Pilkey is kind of blowing up now. It's wild to think about, but like this dude was my childhood. Okay, this dude was my childhood. He's famous for, of course, the Captain Underpants series of books. I read them religiously as a child. In grade school, they were like my favorite thing. I would carry them around with me. This is a very new edition. This edition is fire. If you see this, by the way, 25th and a half anniversary edition, pick this up because it's the first book. But look at this. This is in glorious color. Okay, the old books, same price. I'm pretty sure my parents had to pay like $13 per volume, but same price. It's in color as opposed to like the old books were black and white like in manga, and it's like a nice hardcover edition. Like my old books, they were soft covers. They were falling apart. Okay, I took them everywhere. Pages were falling out. They were falling apart. This is nice and sturdy. So this is a great deal. You see these in stores. Pick one of these guys up. But yeah, this is the first novel, but because it's the anniversary edition, it has all this exclusive like bonus content in the back. We'll get to that. This is a beautiful one. So I want to do a video of kind of like old and new, because this series blew up back in the day, but Dav Pilkey kept on going. I didn't realize. Okay, I fell out of touch with Dav Pilkey. I didn't realize he's still going strong, because now there's his new Dogman series, and that's its own thing. That's like a 16-book series or something. That's crazy. That's blowing up. So this edition is cool because it includes a little Dogman comic. It kind of bridges the gap between new and old and new. And that's why I want this video to be kind of a merging of old and new, and also going into my childhood. So Dogman is like brand new to me, so I'm diving in kind of not knowing anything. But Captain Underpants, I am, I'm a Captain Underpants veteran. I'm a mega fan. And the reason that this is all kind of relevant again is because, well, let's start here. I had only watched this recently. Go on Netflix. The 2017 movie that DreamWorks did. They did a Captain Underpants movie. I completely forgot about this. It's on Netflix. Watch it. That's a 10 out of 10. That movie's amazing. Okay, so that kind of drew attention to this author again. And then because that movie was successful, there was also a cartoon show on Netflix. I haven't watched that yet, but I heard that was good. That was also made by DreamWorks. And then just this year, at the very beginning of this year, like late January, early February of 2025, we finally got a Dogman movie. Yes, so even the spin-off of Captain Underpants got a movie from DreamWorks, and that movie's fire too. That movie, I'd give that like a 9 out of 10. Like that movie was great too. So I'm like, all right, I'm back. This long buried Dav Pilkey mega fan that was in the back of my brain. I'm back. So let's go. There's so much stuff out there. I even heard there's a Dogman video game now. So it's like a cute little 2D platformer, which is right up my alley. I'm like, all right, I might have to get that too. Like I'm back, even though I'm clearly no longer the target audience for these. Like I'm back, man. But let me say one thing that I didn't notice obviously back in the day that was so cool. I'm gonna read you one paragraph here. This is volume 1. This is the first Captain Underpants book that came out in like the early 90s, okay? Right here, this paragraph. Over the years, they had created hundreds of their own comics starring dozens of their own superheroes. First there was Dogman, then came Timmy the Talking Toilet, and who could forget the Amazing Cow Lady? So right there in print, right there, their first comic, it says, was Dogman. So way back then, Dav Pilkey set that up. And here we have the Dogman series, so that's basically a continuation of that. We have like, hey, Dave is like, hey, did you want to see those comics that they wrote back in the day, that they made back in the day? Well, here they are. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because like this is a meaty volume. Okay, a lot goes on in here. And just so you know, this is just the first of many books. If you watch the movie adapts actually multiple volumes in the series. So, for example, Dogman's here, Petey's here, Lil Petey. Okay, Lil Petey is not in this first book. He gets introduced in a later volume, and he's such a huge part of the movie. So that's what's crazy is there's like two different paths here. Even if you read the book, which I didn't, but even if you read the book, going in, you there will still be some surprises. Like again, it's kind of an adaptation of the series, not just the first book, which was also true of the Captain Underpants movie. That pulled parts from different books as well. You know what I mean? But I just grabbed the first book just to kind of do this video, have like a good mix of old and new. But yeah, I'm not gonna read you the whole thing. But like, let's kind of go in here again. Glorious hardcover, color pages. Only what, $13? It's a steal. Grab one of these up, please. Chat, like listen to me, fam. Like, support Dave Pilkey. Just buy one of his books, please. Do me a favor, because this guy's an amazing artist, an amazing creator, and I want him to do well. I mean, he is doing well. I'm so happy to see him blow up. It's kind of weird. There was like a delayed reaction, but yeah, he's blowing up now in the year of our Lord 2025. But yeah, here we go. Dogman Chapter 1, A Hero is Unleashed. And I actually missed that pun. The first time I read this, I had to go back and like, oh, like, he's off the leash. Okay. Like, again, I love puns. I love the humor in these books. Dogman! Beep, beep. Oh, boy. My new couch is here. She's a real beauty, chief. I know. We put it in your office. Thanks, fellas. I can't wait to be the first one to sit on it. Calling all cops. Come to my office. You can watch me break in my brand new couch. Oh, boy, this is going to be great. Hey, Officer Knight and Greg the dog, you got dirty shoes and dog hair everywhere. You're the worst cops ever. Now get out of my sight. It's funny because he clearly wrote like now get out, and like that would have been perfectly fine to write now get out of my sight, but they like changed. They scribbled it out. It looks like a real comic that a little kid wrote, like including typos and mistakes, and like I love that detail. That's what sets this apart from other book series for me, and especially as a kid, I was like, hey, they make mistakes like I do. I made plenty of mistakes when I made my own comics. We'll get to that in a second. But anyway, yeah, now get out of my sight. Oh man, Chief is really mad at us again. I wish we could do something heroic to impress him. Uh-oh. That cop and that police dog are back. Who cares? Aren't you worried about those two? Heck no. Check this out. Officer Knight is a tough cop, but he ain't got brains. And Greg the dog is smart, but his body is his weakness. Yeah, but what if they work together? That might be a problem. Fortunately, I've got a solution. Tee-hee. Oh no, he's got a bomb. Help! It's a bomb! Officer Knight and Greg ran to defuse the bomb. Which wire should I cut? Red or green? Okay, green it is. And so, snip. Kablooey! Oh no, I forgot dogs are colorblind. That joke's in the movie as well. I think it's a genuinely funny joke, even as an adult. I also love how they spelled it wrong. Dogs are colored blind. Again, that's like what a little kid would write. You know what I mean? Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. And soon, at the hospital, how do you feel, old friend? He's like, how do you feel, old friend? Rough. Me too. He feels rough too. That's funny. Soon the doctor came in with some super sad news. Ooh hoo hoo. I'm sorry, Greg, but your body is dying, and your head is dying too, cop. But I sure hate my dying head. Yeah, he's all bandaged up. But just when all seemed lost, hey, nurse lady, why don't we sew Greg's head onto the cop's body? Good idea, nurse lady. You're a genius. Hooray! So they had a big operation. The doctor cut off Greg's head and sewed it onto the cop's body. What a lucky day. And that's the solution. And soon a brand new crime-fighting sensation was unleashed. Again, another little mistake that got crossed out. I love it. Was unleashed. Hooray for Dogman! The news spread quickly. Rats! I literally created the greatest cop of ever. Unfortunately, I know just how to stop him. Again, I love the typo. Unfortunately, I know just how to stop him. And it goes on. But that's the gist. That's the origin of Dogman. It's completely ridiculous. It's so silly. And like now he can't talk because he's the dog's head on the butt. And like I love it's like how a child's brain would work. It's like, okay, well here's the solution. Like okay, the cop has a bad head, the dog has a bad body, so just swap the body and the head, and you're good to go. Dogman, they're better together, right? And it's like, well, one of these creatures clearly died in this scenario, right? So the cop's dead because his head is dead, But it's like, what, it's obviously tongue-in-cheek. It's obviously supposed to be a dumb kid's story that a child would make. And so I love it. I love it. And again, if you want if you want to see more like that, please check out the movie that's, I think it's still playing in theaters, but it has like gorgeous animation by DreamWorks and the similar style of humor. But that's Dog Man. Let's head on back to Captain Underpants. So just again, I'm not going to read you the whole thing, but like we're just going through real quick. So George and Harold, they're best friends. They're these two little kids, and they're they're like Dennis the Menace. They're little upstarts. They pull these pranks. So like they change the letters around. Oh, pick your noses. It's like the kind of shit that I would do when I was a little kid. And then they run up to their treehouse to make their little comics. And again, that's where they first introduced the idea of Dogman way back when. So yeah, basically. And this is how. So, if I had to choose, I love both. I'm gonna score. Let me save the scores for the end. But let me say right now, I prefer Captain Underpants. I prefer the structure here because as you saw in Dogman, it's literally the structure is literally a comic strip. The comic strips that these two create, and that's fine. I mean, but like with Captain Underpants, you get more variety. Like you see here how. There was a story, like there was like, a picture book, like there were paragraphs of text with like pictures, and then sometimes they would show the comics that they're making, and it goes to that comic book style, that comic book format. So you got best of both worlds. With Dogman, as far as I can tell, it's just that. Like there's like the framing device where Harold and George might introduce the comic, but like that's it. Like this goes back and forth, and I like that a lot better, to be honest with you, because Captain Underpants is a character they created, but going into it, their principal. Let me skip further ahead. So this is what happens where things get really crazy. They the principal's trying to blackmail them with this like security tape he has, and so what they have to do, where is it? Yeah, and they were doing all these like chores for him. So yeah, they order this. Sorry, doing all this with one hand is harder than I thought. They order this hypno ring, this 3D hypno ring that they find in like the newspaper or whatever, and they hypnotize him, okay, and they like basically tell him that he is Captain Underpants, and so he becomes Captain Underpants IRL, tra la la, he said, and so like. That's where you get the best of both worlds. That's why I like this series a little bit better, because you do have some of the crazy comics that they created, but then you have the in real life counterpart, like where they have this whole situation where their hateful, mean school principal sometimes will transform into Captain Underpants because they hypnotized him, and he doesn't have powers or nothing. He thinks he's Captain Underpants, and they have to like follow him around and make sure he doesn't like die. He's like trying to foil a bank robbery, but he doesn't have any powers. So like that's funny too. Like that's really entertaining. So I still like this. Obviously childhood nostalgia is playing a huge part, but I still prefer this over the new Dogman series. And before I like leave this series, I have to talk about. Let's get to it. The highlight, the best part of any Captain Underpants book. Whenever there's a situation like, see, we're not going to have to resort to incredibly graphic violence, are we? Yes, I sure hope not, says George. Warning, and the incredibly graphic violence chapter in Flipporama. So like anytime something really violent happened, they go to this like Flipporama action thing, and it's the simplest premise, but it's so fun and it's so funny. But like you've seen this before when like I can't do it because I need both hands, unfortunately, but like you get the idea where you would flip a page back and forth so quickly to simulate movement. It's like the similar idea of where like on the side of a book you might draw a picture, and like when you flip the pages it looks like it looks like the character on the spine is like moving, you know what I mean? Like it simulates movement. So like that's what they did all the time in these Captain Underpants books, and I loved it. Yeah, like you turn it back and forth, it looks like he's bashing his head, and you know what I mean? It's such a simple premise, but it's perfect. It's genius. Like seriously, it's genius. Like I didn't see any other kids' books doing stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure there were, but this was the most popular instance of it. And like it was, again, me and my friends in grade school. This stuff blew our freaking minds, man. But yeah, like we all wanted to be like Harold and George, making our little comics. They would like sell their Captain Underpants comics on the school playground for like 5 cents. Oh yeah, and before I forget, the amazing 2017 movie by DreamWorks. This is the one thing I was worried about. How will they translate the Flipporama? Will they have Flipporama action in the movie? And they do. They do have Flipporama in the movie. So there you go. That's another reason to watch the movie. It's genius. It's perfect. 10 out of 10. But yeah, let me transition now. So that's 10 out of 10. So I mean, I already loved the original book. Oh yeah, let me talk about the bonus content. So we finished the story, and there's more. Oh wait, there's more. So we have the first thing we have is we have quote unquote the origin of Captain Underpants, and really it's an excuse. That's young Dave Pilkey. It's an excuse for Dave Pilkey to talk about his childhood, talk about what led to him creating Captain Underpants. Like he had like a mean teacher, that type of thing. And so that's cool. And then right after that, here's how we tie it into the Dogman series. We have like a brand new comic that's really, really funny. So like they're doing what I'm about to do actually. Harold and George are like, oh hey, we went through our old stuff and we found like an old comic we made, like one of the first like Dogman comics, one of the first Captain Underpants comics. Like look at this, this is a rare document. It's Captain Underpants meets Dogman. And so you ready? Here we go. So like he flies by, hi. He tips his hat. It's nice to meet you. Okay, bye. The end. And like it's so funny. It's like a simple joke, but it's so funny because they build it up and they're like, Captain Underpants meets Dogman, and like yeah, that's literally what happens. They weren't lying. That's what happens. That's the comic. So, and then they give their commentary, and it's so funny. They're like, oh, maybe we should read these first before we show them to people. Not everyone's a winner. Not every comic deserves attention or deserves being shown on YouTube or whatever. So I criticize them for that, but like I'm about to do the same exact thing. But yeah, let's don't worry, there's more. So yeah, they have another team up comic that they found, Dogman and the League of Misfits, and that's more satisfying. So like it's not just a bad joke. Like they do have another team up comic, and it's pretty nice. And I love how this is where it gets a little crazy. So again, the format is like these are supposed to be comics that these two kids made, but then in this comic it like goes to this like crazy, like I can't say stop motion because they're not moving, but like these like 3D models, and like that was really wild to see because that's definitely not something you saw back in the old Captain Underpants comics. But it's also kind of immersion breaking because it's like, well, wait, how did Harold and George make did Harold and George make these comics? How the hell did these two 7-year-olds make these comics with like the 3D models and shit? Like there's no, I believe they could draw this. That those drawings are better than mine, but like there's no way they did these like 3D model what that would take like video editing, like a camera and video editing software, and it's like or like not video editing, excuse me, not video editing software, but like Adobe Photoshop or whatever, like something that I can't even do. So so, but yeah, it's hilarious, and like it's great. It's great. I love this series. I love Captain Underpants. I love Dogman as well. But like I said, I kind of prefer Captain Underpants just a little more. There's some fun facts at the back. But yeah, if you want a quick little here you go. Here's how many Captain Underpants books there are. Now they're all in glorious color in hardback volumes. Here's the whole Dogman series, and there's even a spin-off Cat Kid Comic Club series, so like the spin-off got a spin-off, and that's a series at this point. And apparently there was even a Dogman musical. I need to look into that now. So like there's a video game, and there's a musical, and there's a movie. Like again, Dave Pilkey is just blowing up right now. But yes, in general, I'd give Dogman, let's go with a 9 out of 10, and then Captain Underpants, this collection, I have to give a higher score. It's a 10. I already loved the original story, but all of the bonus goodies, the bonus Dogman comics, the little behind the scenes, little Dave Pilkey childhood comic he gives you, it puts it above the rest. It's a 10 out of 10. This 25th anniversary edition, you have to pick it up. Okay, pick this up. So anyway, transitioning once more. I think you guys might get a kick out of this. I'm doing the exact same thing that Harold and George did, okay, in their comic. So I went through some of my stuff. Oh, actually I didn't. So yeah, let me explain. So we have these little drawings here, and they're bad. they're bad. Everyone in the chat, they're saying they're like, oh, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad for a 7-year-old. No. I just drew this today. I just drew this today. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I can't find my childhood stuff is long lost, long destroyed. I mean the old comics I made probably got torn up. You know what I mean? Like that, they're gone. but I tried to like from memory redraw some of this stuff. And yeah, as you can see, my drawing ability has not gotten better since grade school. So my comic career did never took off the way that Dave Pilkey's did. But yeah, I was inspired. I mean, not just me, like everyone, all my friends in grade school, like we all read Captain Underpants, and we all wanted to be like George and Harold, because we wanted to make like these comics, and we would sell them on the playground for like 5 cents. And that was the other crazy thing is like, we're kids, we don't know anything, but it's like, it would make sense to draw one comic and then like Xerox it, like make copies of it to sell to people. You know what I mean? But like it's something in our brains. I think someone even brought that up, but we were like, no, that's cheating. That's cheating. So like if I wanted to sell 5 comics, I would draw the same comic 5 times, and then I would sell it to people for like 5. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So that's one reason why, I mean, yeah, the art is really bad, but like that's one reason I kept things very simple. They would be like a couple panels, you know what I mean? Like a couple panels, and I'd be like done, like on an issue 2, and it wasn't like a real comic, Oh man. So I mean, again, have some, be nice, guys. Like I was 7 years old. I was 7 years old, but at the time I thought I was like freaking, I thought I was Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Man, I thought I was like making some art here. You know what I mean? Like I thought I was like the next Dave Pilkey. But yeah, let's go into my horrible comics. So this is just from a vague memory from so many years past, but I created a character. My superhero was named Diaper Guy. Again, very, very original. Not at all influenced by Dave Pilkey's Captain Underpants series. Not at all. Diaper Guy was like a normal guy, and like I was very cheeky. I was like, oh, his first name is Guy. I forget his last name. Guy Montagna. That's a Fahrenheit 451 reference. I wasn't making those when I was 7 years old. But yeah, his first name was Guy. I thought I was like so clever. He's like, so Guy. One day he fell into like a radioactive diaper truck, a diaper delivery truck, and like he emerged wearing these diapers on his hands and feet and body and head, and he is now Diaper Guy, and that's it. That's the origin. And then his main rival, this monster, Wedgiezilla. So this radioactive, dinosaur monster. Again, not very original. He's Godzilla. Think of Godzilla, but the same day he had the same accident. So after Guy fell into the truck, this Godzilla also fell into the radioactive diaper truck and emerged as this radioactive diaper monster, Wedgiezilla. And so they became arch rivals. They always fought all the time, and so that was cool. I remember, I wish I could find those comics. I remember I drew this like 2-page splash of Diaper Guy like doing this like high flying kick and like kicking Wedgiezilla in the face, and I was like so proud of it. Like I spent all day drawing this, and like it didn't look like this. It was actually kind of detailed. Like again, I think I got worse. I spent a while working on it. Like I went through a couple iterations, and like everything just like looked like shit. So I just like whatever. This is good enough. Like it's already like nighttime. Like whatever. Like this will be good enough to show you guys as long as you get the idea. But yeah, no, I got worse. Like I used to draw a little bit better when I was a kid. But yeah, this is. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is terrible. This is terrible. Everyone in the chat is clowning on me. They're like, oh no, this belongs in a museum. This this should be framed into the Louvre. Like no, screw you guys. Like I know you're like making fun of me. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not an artist. I'll admit it. Like I love comics. I loved drawing comics back in the day. But like I can't do it. Like I'm not talented. I am the worst. If I'm grading this, well. Some of the humor, I think I'll give the humor an A, but like the drawing ability and the lack of originality, I'm going to give these comics an F. But so yeah, I created a bunch of villains. I wish I could remember them, but the one that stuck out so much, pardon the winds. The one that stuck out is I created a villain, the terrifying, terrible, pissy Missy. I'm sorry, like I still kind of, I think I remember one of my teachers found one of these comics and she like ripped it up. She's like, that's not funny, and I was like, I kind of still think it's funny. Pardon me for being juvenile, but like I still think that's funny. Pissy Missy. Don't tell Lizzie about this. But yeah, Pissy Missy. So what was her deal? Again, everything similar to Captain Underpants, but everything was like toilet humor, all around. But yeah, these did not feature Flipperama, by the way. Yeah, that's another reason. Dogman, yeah, the Dogman comics do feature Flipperama, but correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think the movie does. I don't think the movie features Flipperama, so that's why I docked it like a point. Like that movie is like a 9, but the Captain Underpants movie is a 10. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'll probably rewatch the Dogman movie, but like I don't remember there being Flip-O-Rama. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they cut that out of the movie version. Anyway, yeah, Pissy Missy. So her whole thing, she's like this evil girl, and she has like a lemonade stand, and she would take a picture and she would like stuff it under her dress and then fill it up with something, and she would sell it. And she's like, oh yeah, no, 5 cents, no, it's free. People weren't buying it for 5 cents. Free lemonade, in quotation marks. And I even have like the little stink lines coming off of the picture, like you know what she's selling. And I don't know, my drawing is so bad. I apologize, but that's supposed to be like a cute little. I don't even know. I think she was either wearing a hat. No, it's supposed to be like a cute little bow in her hair, but like I just can't draw it to save my life. But yeah, imagine like a cute little pink bow in her hair. But yeah, like she has like this mysterious picture, and then over here, like these are all of her like customers. They're they're all dead. All these bodies are piling up because of Pissy Missy. Pissy Missy has like the highest kill count. Like she's the most effective villain in the Diaper Guy mythos. Like Wedgie Zola didn't claim that many lives. No. The terrifying Pissy Missy. She's like the ultimate villain, man. She's killed more people than the Joker. But yeah, this is cringe. This is embarrassing. This is I think it's like kind of hilarious. I thought you guys might find it hilarious. So yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts on Dav Pilkey and Dogman and Captain Underpants and all that shit. I love it. I love this series. Let me know if you want to see more book reviews like this. I love doing this. I love doing them. Let me know if you want to hear more about my terrible childhood comics. I'll try and either find some or like redraw some from memory. Is there more? Did you guys like this? This is the one part of the video I didn't know if you would like or if you would like actually hate or whatever. So like, let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to know more about Diaper Guy. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know what I'm doing for the next video. Maybe like another Netflix movie review or something. Maybe another book review. Who knows? I'm working on getting the Electric State, the book version. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. See ya.